faster. Before you came round, I was ready to slow down. Before you came round, I was heading for a small disaster. Before you came round, I was ready to blow me down.
Okay, so I'm going to take my NYX Pore Filler and I'm just going to use that to prime my face. I love this primer because it gets into every pore or wrinkle that you may have on your face, and it just gives you a smooth canvas to work with. And I have textured skin, so this helps a lot with my pores and it fills it in. Then I'm going to take my Becca Evermatte Poreless Perfecting Primer and I'm just going to do the same thing. I also love this primer because it also helps with pores, but it mostly helps with oil control. And being that I have really oily skin, this allows me to also have a smooth canvas to work with, and it helps a lot with oil control. So you want to make sure that this primer is dry before you put your foundation on, or it will look crazy, like crazy. So I'm just going to give it some time to dry. That's what I'm doing here. And when it's dry, it's going to leave like a white cast on your face. So now I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just gonna put that powder on my face while press it in, because this also helps with oil control. So if you don't have oily skin, I suggest you could skip this step, but if you have oily skin, I highly suggest this step. And what you want to do is you just want to press that powder into your face, into the primer basically, because if you don't, you will have cake face. So you just want to make sure that you press it in, and once you press it in, you'll have a smooth canvas to work with as well, no cake face, and you'll still feel like nothing's on your face. So yeah, you just want to press this in, and that is what I'm doing here. I'm just further pressing it in, and I got this step from Miss Jackie Aina. She does this also because she has oily skin. So I just highly recommend this step to you guys. And now I'm going to take my Ordinary foundation in the shades 3.2R and 3.3N. And I'm going to take the lighter shade and I'm just going to put it on the center of my face, or everywhere that I would highlight. And then I'm just going to take the darker shade, which is 3.3N, and I'm just going to put that on the outer perimeter on my face, or wherever I would contour. And this helps with blending. So yeah, I'm just gonna blend that foundation on my face with my e.l.f. face brush. I love this brush, you guys. You want to make sure that you get under your neck and on your forehead. These are places that people tend to forget, but it's very important to get those parts. And then I'm going to take my beauty sponge and I'm going to further press that foundation in so I could avoid cake face once again. And this helps with blending and making sure that the foundation is smooth. Then I'm going to take my ColourPop No Filter concealers in the shade Deep 70 and Rich 75. And I'm just going to apply that using both shades. And now I'm going to blend it. I love this concealer because it's really matte, and being that I have oily skin, this just allows my makeup to stay on all day, no creasing. It's just matte and beautiful, and it also blends really beautifully. But with this concealer, since it is so matte, you have to work with it right away. You have to blend once you put it on, so you can't wait. That's usually what I like to do with my LA Girl concealers. I like to wait and then blend, only because I want it to be more matte and more coverage. But this concealer has a lot of coverage already, so you don't really have to worry about that. You just gotta work with it right away. And then there's a special technique that I do to avoid creasing under the eyes, because I crease very easily. You're gonna apply concealer right after you finish blending right under your eye, and you're going to do that weird ghost face. This kind of helps with creasing. And then I'm going to take my RCMA powder and I'm going to continue blending in that concealer a little bit more. And I'm going to take my RCMA powder, and you want to blow the powder to avoid cake face once again. And you want to press it into the space under your eyes. This helps with avoiding creasing, and blowing the powder is very important to me because it helps with having a smooth canvas, and it also helps with avoiding blotchiness. When you just pick up that powder with the sponge and just slap it on your face, you could have a blotchy surface, and you can also have a lot of flashbacks. So you want to make sure that you blow the powder. And I also set my brows because my brows are very oily and they move around, so this helps with that. Then I'm going to take my Tarte Pro palette, and I'm going to take that brown shade at the tip top, and I'm going to use that to contour. This is the everyday makeup routine, so I don't like to contour too much. So since this palette, all the colors in this palette are really, really pigmented, I'm just gonna go in with a very light hand. You want to make sure you use that darker shade also on your forehead and under your face, like by your chin, because that helps with blending everything out. And I do my nose as well. Then I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour palette in deep, and I'm going to take that darkest color, and I'm going to use that to dust off my bake. I like to use a pressed powder to dust off my bake because this helps with blending out as well. And as you can see, this RCMA powder is flawless. It dusts off so beautifully. I love the RCMA powder. It has no scent or anything. So I'm just dusting everything out and blending everything out. Now I'm taking my Mario Badescu setting spray. I love this spray, you guys. I use it when I wake up in the morning, before I go to bed, before I put on my makeup to moisturize my skin, and while I'm doing my makeup. So now I'm going to take my e.l.f. Eyebrow gel, and I'm just going to comb out my brow hairs, because with all the powder that I put on it, my brows kind of fade away. And now I'm going to highlight, which is my favorite part. I have a very special technique that I use for highlighting, you guys. So first I take a pressed highlight. This is just a no-name highlight. This is just something I made. It's just pressed. I mixed a bunch of old shadows together, and it's really pigmented and pretty. And I'm just gonna highlight my face. Now my highlighting takes multiple steps, you guys, so just hang in there with me. So I'm just highlighting my nose, under my brows, my cheekbones, all of that. And then after I take my powder highlight, this is my Amore Cosmetics highlight in the shade 24K Gold, and I slightly dip my brush into that pot, and I just press it or dab it on my cheekbones and all the places that I highlight, and this gives me the intense highlight that I like. When you use a pressed highlight first and then a powdered one after, it helps with giving it nice pigmentation, and it helps with controlling everywhere that you highlight. So I like doing this step when I highlight, and now you guys kind of know my little secret for highlighting. And now I'm taking my Laura Mercier mascara. I'm sorry, you guys, and I'm just gonna prep my lashes before I put on my falsies. I'm doing the bottom lashes too, and I love this mascara. It's just so nice. Now I'm gonna take my lashes. These are just some lashes from AliExpress. They're so pretty, and I'm just placing them on. And then I'm taking my lip scrub. I forgot the name of it. And I'm just gonna scrub my lips so that they're nice and smooth before applying my lip products. I'm just gonna wipe that off with a makeup wipe. And there goes my lips, my natural lips. And then I'm taking first I was using my e.l.f. Lip liner in dark brown. That's my all-time favorite. But then I used my NYX one in espresso because that one was finished. And this one's almost finished also. But I'm just gonna line my lips with the almost finished lip pencil. Then I'm gonna take my Ruby Kisses clear lip gloss on top of that. And then I'm taking my e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Pink Cosmo, one of my favorite glosses, you guys. You guys need to get this. Then I'm taking this lip gloss I got from Shop Miss A. And it's just a pretty glittery lip gloss on top. It's so gorgeous, you guys. Then I'm taking my Urban Decay setting spray all-nighter. And I'm just setting my face, spraying my face, waiting for it to dry. And that's it, you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. All right, bye.